It's not just about the economy or bad luck. It's about a series of invisible psychological traps designed to exploit your biology. Today, we're going to peel back the layers of our social conditioning. We're moving past hustle culture platitudes to examine the 4 psychological traps: the titty-tainment loop, the hedonic treadmill, institutionalized helplessness, and social contagion. If you understand even one of these, you'll stop being a variable in someone else's equation and start becoming the architect of your own life. In 1995, elite thinkers coined a term: titty-tainment. The goal: to keep 80% of the population passive by feeding them low-cost, high-pleasure entertainment. In psychological terms, this is a dopamine trap. Short-form videos, celebrity gossip, and mindless gaming provide cheap dopamine, instant rewards with zero effort. The danger isn't just wasted time. It's cognitive atrophy. When your brain is constantly flooded with easy hits of dopamine, your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for deep thinking and long-term planning, starts to weaken. You lose the ability to focus on complex tasks, making it impossible to build a future that requires patience. The escape: dopamine fasting and delayed gratification. Switch from passive consumption to active creation. Tonight, delete the app that leaves you feeling empty. Trade the cheap dopamine of a screen for the endorphin high of physical exertion or the serotonin glow of deep reading. Why do you feel broke even when your salary increases? This is the hedonic treadmill. As humans, we are wired for social comparison. When your income hits 10K, you no longer compare yourself to your 5K self. You compare yourself to those making 20K. Capitalist psychology exploits this by convincing you that treating yourself or having face requires an upgrade in consumption. The result: you don't own your lifestyle. Your lifestyle owns you. Every time you finance a new car or upgrade your phone on credit, you are reinforcing financial anxiety. This anxiety acts as a psychological leash, making you too afraid to quit a toxic job or take a calculated risk. The escape: the 72-hour cooling period. Stop seeing non-essential purchases as assets. They are liabilities that drain your mental energy. Before any major purchase, wait 72 hours. You'll find that 90% of your needs are actually marketing-induced illusions. In the film The Shawshank Redemption, Brooks couldn't survive outside the prison walls. In psychology, we call this learned helplessness. Modern employment often acts as a prison without walls. It gives you just enough to survive but never enough to be free. Over time, your identity fuses with your job title. You start to believe that without the company, you have no value. This comfort zone is actually a slow boil trap. By age 35, many realize they haven't gained 10 years of experience. They've gained 1 year of experience repeated 10 times. They've lost their survival instinct. The escape: becoming a sovereign individual. Your security shouldn't come from a company. It should come from your monetizable skills. Develop a high-value skill, coding, writing, analysis, or a craft that exists independently of your current platform. The final trap is the most difficult to escape because it comes from the people you love. The crab effect is a psychological phenomenon where members of a group will attempt to reduce the self-confidence of any member who achieves success beyond the others. Why? Because your progress highlights their stagnation, creating cognitive dissonance. If your social circle consists of emotional dumpsters, people who only gossip, complain about the system, or mock your ambitions, you are being poisoned by social contagion. You only have a finite amount of psychological energy. If you spend it all managing their negativity, you have nothing left for your own growth. The escape: ruthless environmental design. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You don't need to argue with them. You just need to physically insulate yourself. Distance yourself from the vampires, and protect your energy as if your life depends on it, because it does. These 4 traps: dopamine, consumerism, institutionalization, and contagion, create a perfect loop that keeps you at the bottom. But awareness is the first step toward freedom. The moment you choose to put down the phone, delay the purchase, learn the skill, or walk away from the toxic friend, the machine starts to glitch. The walls around you aren't made of concrete. They are made of your own habits. If you're ready to break the cycle and reclaim your cognitive sovereignty, I suggest starting with a deep dive into your own psychology. Read, reflect, and most importantly, act.